Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzel in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard. Good morning, and in my case, good afternoon. These are my Princeton art tools. Princeton Catalyst spatulas. Let's see if I can remember there's a lot of words associated with these. Anyway, they're on my Amazon link, and I'm thinking I'm going to use some of them. That's why I pulled them out. I've got this little canvas, and I've got this little sketch, and if the little sketch works out, I may just decide that it's okay to do a larger one, which is what I really have in mind. So I think the first chore that I should do is to find something that I could construe as white. There's my white, way over there. I grabbed the pearl instead, but that's not what I really want. The white is often a catalyst for moving every other paint, whether you're flowing paint or whether you're swiping paint. And you know what? I have my glasses. Last painting I didn't have them, and it was not that much fun to try and figure out if things were going to work out. I've got a little paint flowing over the sides, which will probably dry before I get a chance to use it. So I've been doing a lot of spatula swipes. I'm kind of trying to hope that I can keep my head out of the camera today, because I'm not sure why that happens, but it's something about the angle, and I have a very limited number of choices when it comes to that. So my idea is to have a sky, a tree line, and a sky behind the trunks of the tree and something in the front. So what I'm really thinking is that I want to use a bunch of colors in the foreground, and I'm going to use this little part of an iPod case. I'm going to take my caps off and leave them off. It's meant to be a very abstract piece. Leave them off. Always put a little white near your neon colors. That's a neon folk art. Or plaid is what is also being... Actually, that looks like it was pearl, which doesn't cover. But that's okay, because we're only using it as a base and a catalyst. All my paints are shaken. All my paints have something in them that will help me shake those paint. I don't want that orange in there. Haha! Caught myself before I did that. That's such a good thing. Now what I'm really thinking is that I'm just going to dip my spatula in and apply it to the canvas, but I may have to put a little layer of wet paint down at the bottom. And I'm tempted to use black. Don't ask me why. That just seems to be what's sticking in my head right now. I think a little gold in there isn't going to hurt anything. And maybe some blue. Maybe some blues. But I'd like to be able to use what I'm setting up right now as maybe in the tree line too, and I could just pour it into place because it's a small quantity of paint and a small canvas. But I've got to put that sky in there first, no matter what I do. So maybe I'll just leave that right there where you can watch it, and I'm going to put some of that down here. Maybe not a lot. And let's see what happens. I got a lighter orange, and I want that lighter orange. And I'm going to use my yellows. And I have another yellow. I like to have a few different colors. And maybe, just maybe, I should indulge myself in a little bit of blue along the edge of that. Because I don't think it's even going to show if I do what I think I'm going to do, just to add that tree line. I've really been enjoying this little rectangular shaped spatula the most lately. Like I said, most of that's going to be gone. So I'm going to let some of that knock over the side, right off the spatula, so I don't have to think about it. I'm going to use my wet rag. I'm going to take that out of the way momentarily. I'm going to knock off what I have on my spatula. I have students, and once in a while I watch them wipe off every bit of paint on their spatula, and I like to think of paint on a spatula as just another resource for paint, as opposed to something that you need to clean off, because I don't like wasting paint, and you guys know that about me. So there's my sky, but I think I'm going to steal some paint from that and put it along the top edge just to integrate that in. That worked pretty well. Don't mind that. I'm going to do the same thing on that edge right now, because even though it's a cold day here, it's below 70, which is, I meant to mention, is kind of an experimental risk to find out if I can even do this, but at least paint is still moving for the most part. See, even the stuff that winds up on my tile is subject to use. I have a few, what do I have a few of? I have a few cells happening in the sky. I left my Prussian blue inside because I was going to mix some more. Adding white did not seem to help me out, so I'm going to try not to overmix that and make any more mud than I have to. My neon pink is also in there, and I kind of wanted that. So you can see the difference now between what happens with the white in the background and without it. And I'm tempted to keep playing with that because of that fact. Maybe putting a little white in there isn't a bad idea right now. Especially since my inclination is to use my purple, my neon folk art or plaid purple. Same company basically. Let that run right over. I'm very tempted to go ahead and use the torch to see if we can pop some cells, but maybe, just maybe, it's best left as an experiment. This is going to be, I was going to say it's going to be quick, but already it's not so quick. I do have paint on my finger that I just took off my spatula, and although that I'm not super attracted to everything that's there right now, oh, I have some variation on that Prussian blue. It's not the Prussian blue, and I see that animal hair right there, which I would really rather not find tomorrow. And there's often some green in skies, whether we think about it that way or not. Or at least that's the way I feel about it. So a little green just adds some interest. I am missing that that pink of mine, and I have a version of that, and I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and allow myself the pleasure of throwing some of that in there. I want more orange down here. I'm very tempted, yes I am, to go ahead and use my basting brush and make that sky, or those areas of sky. I don't know if they're the right colors, but it's a small canvas, and I'm not adverse to experimenting on a small canvas. Okay, so this is the deal. Where's my spatula? There it is. This is the deal. This was the deal. I said I was going to put some black down, so black is what I'm going to put down. It's not coming out very well. That may be a good thing. Oh, I got my plug out. I saw it come out. There it is. Alright, so let's put that down. Nice wet layer in the foreground. And let some of it go over on both sides. On the bottom as well. Because there's plenty of paint there now. I may have to clean my tile or switch my tile. I do use an alternative tile. It's just easier if I'm on a roll and I've got paint to use up and I don't want it to set. Okay, so there's my foreground, and there's already far more paint there than I expected there to be. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself permission to use the paint on the spatula to put in my preliminary tree trunks that are going to cross my sunset. My sunset sky. And I'm not sure how this is going to work yet. But I like the idea that they're catching the fiery light from the sun as it sets, or it fills the sky. I have actually seen this scene. I don't have a picture of it, I don't think, or at least I didn't have one handy when I started. I'm tempted to go ahead and, what am I tempted to do? I was going to steal some paint, but I don't think I am. Actually, I found some to seal. There we go. It's not really what I had in mind, but never mind. So this was my idea here, was to just add my trees in by dipping my spatula and dragging the colors that come out of the dish in whatever order they're coming out. I'm going to put some more trunks in a moment. I'm just trying to start with something sort of even. In Maine, where I came from before I was in Florida, There are tree walls, and they do look kind of look planted, like somebody did it on purpose. I don't want any of that white background, but I kind of like it. I'm just going to use my spatula to manipulate the paint. I'm going to keep doing what I was doing. And that's not bothering me a bit. I'm really actually liking that a lot. I'm very tempted to leave that white. I can't really do it there because there was some schmutz on there. Yeah, they're extremely stylized, but they're kind of fun. I didn't overuse my paint, but I will need a whole new batch. That's so cute. I like this. I'm surprised. I don't know why I should be. I've been pretty fortunate, I think. I like the white, and I don't want to take it away, and I'm going to just convince myself that it's a white area of the sky. Either that, or I'm going to see what happens when I fill it in, and how much I like it without it. And I don't really like it as much without it. So, since the canvas is primed, that's how this is going to go. Those tree trunks are good, but they're not perfect yet. And I think, do I have a small black? Yes, I do. I have the inky one, which is not got pouring medium in it. And I've got this other one, which I'm going to test over to the side. Yeah, the Floetrol came out first. Always good to shake little bottles without marbles in them very thoroughly. Okay, I'm going to keep letting that go out. Pardon me if my head is in the way. I'm focused on getting my tree line in place. And I'm really liking how this is working. I haven't taken a torch. We use a torch to warm the paint, to release cell patterns caused by using pouring medium, and also to remove the bubbles that come from shaking the paint. So I'm really pleased with this little skyscape, treescape, tree line, whatever you want to call it. I am going to take a little bit of that paint that's over the side and cover up that edge. Yeah, I think that's not really as cool without the sky. Really? No, without the white sky. So that was not a bad first experiment, and we have 4 minutes left. And I should tell you, there is a contest running. If you contribute to help support the studio, which I can use all the help I can get, you will be entered. As long as you provide me with contact information, you'll be entered, if your name is drawn, to choose one of 3 artworks that can be found usually on the email I say thank you on. So that should be cool. Do I want a little sun in there or anything? Do I need a little something something? Would I like it? I kind of would. What do I want it? I like this color. Come on out. Okay, I like that. I know it's kind of cliche, but that's okay. I don't even know if it's going to stay or not. So let's get back to the matter at hand, which is, hello, that's something. I left my foreground black. I meant to cover it with other stuff, but in this particular piece, as a sketch for a larger piece, I'm just going to leave it black because I like it. And the tree trunk sort of faded away a little bit. Ooh. Yep. Maybe a little close on the torching. But a fun little piece nonetheless. I believe that this is an 8x10 canvas. Whoa, and we are steaming. At least I don't light them on fire anymore. But I love all the little cells that are popping in the trees and in the sky. I've been watching Dreamscope, which is a digital program for manipulating photographs, and it's really pretty, but the number of methods you can manipulate a digital photo should be equally available to people using paint. So that's my theory. If I make it look stylized, yeah, that's gorgeous. I'm really happy with that. I want to say thank you for joining me, and thank you for all the contributions you've given me so far. Thank you for all the comments. The book is going to be available on Amazon. Look for it. Maybe on my Amazon link. We're really new at this, so it should be called Because I Can. So keep an eye out for that. Look for my Pinterest link and my Instagram link down at the bottom of the description underneath the video. My Facebook albums, volumes 1, 2, and 3 are YouTube artworks, both wet and dry. And so this was fun. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for inspiring me. And it's not that hard. Just do what I did and see what you get. And even if it's close, it's still abstract artwork. I mean, that's a heck of an impressionist landscape. And I'm loving it. So I'm really happy you joined me. And I can zoom in for you. And if I go toward the black, I can get even closer. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if I have to focus. But that's good. So this is Priscilla Batzel in Spring Hill, Florida, saying, shop my Amazon link at no added cost to you. It really helps me out a little bit. A little goes a long way in the end. After a while, it adds up to something, and it helps me. And I need some help because I don't sell as much artwork as I'd like to, which reminds me, since I'm still chattering, that I do sell my artwork. It's for sale. All you have to do is inquire, and I will give you an email address. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't think it's going to hurt it that much, so I'll give you an email address. Also, there's Teespring, which is a line of clothing I'm putting my designs on, and those are right under the video also. If you're watching in a certain format where you can see them, of course, which I never think about. But join me again, won't you? And this is Priscilla saying, Happy New Year. It's probably getting close. So season's greetings to all. And I love you guys. Keep making comments. And give me a thumbs up. Pretty please. I really need the thumbs up. It puts my video in a much higher bracket as I get more thumbs up. Have a good one. Priscilla out.